Well, I've been going out with Holly for about a year at that stage. Things were going really well. I really liked her. I still really like her. I called over to her place one evening after work to find her in floods of tears. She didn't say a thing. We just sat there on the couch, not saying a word, for half an hour. Well, she did try to speak, but through all the crying, I couldn't make head nor tail of it. Eventually, through a mixture of writing and charades, I did manage to get it out of her. That morning, apparently, she'd gone to work as normal, nothing unusual. At 11 o'clock, she took her break. She sat down in the staff room with a cup of tea. She was chatting to one of the other girls, and she just started crying for no reason, and she couldn't stop. An hour later, she was still bawling her eyes out, so they sent her home because she was disturbing some of the customers, which is bullshit. What, so you can't buy baby clothes just because some woman is crying uncontrollably in front of you? That evening we tried everything. Tried watching funny films, listening to happy music, tried ringing up her friends to see if they could get her to stop, even tried tickling her, but nothing worked. We just went to bed. Eventually, I just figured it would clear itself up by morning. She's been crying for 4 years now, non-stop, day and night. She cries when she's eating, she cries when she's laughing, she cries when she's in the swimming pool. She even cries in her sleep. I guess I've kind of got used to it. It gets so that you don't even hear it anymore. You know, like what they say about Niagara Falls. When it's just there all the time, constantly, after a while you just start to ignore it. And when we cuddle up together on the sofa at night in front of the TV, with a cup of hot cocoa maybe, she can usually bring it down to a light sobbing, which in many ways is quite soothing. So that's nice. The sex is difficult. It's a little off-putting, to be honest. I still find it really attractive, you know, but it's hard to shake the feeling, no matter how much she tries to reassure me that I'm not doing something very, very wrong. We never get invited to parties anymore, which is a shame because she used to love to get dressed up. All her party dresses are just sitting in the cupboard now, except for the black one. We go to a lot of funerals. People we barely know, sometimes people we don't even know at all. Sometimes we just drive around looking for a funeral just so she can be amongst people and not feel like she's sticking out. She's never met her niece or nephew. Her sister reckons she'd probably scare them, and to be honest, she probably would. She'd get so choked up with emotion that she'd start crying for real, and that is a bit weird. It's kind of like she's crying twice at the same time. Well, I can't really do it, but before that day, I'd never seen her crying. You know, I'd known her. I'd been going out with her for a year, and I'd known her for a year before that, and I'd never seen or heard of her crying once, which is unusual for a girl, particularly when you're going out with them. You know, I've seen all my previous girlfriends crying, but she bottled it up, and that's fine for a man, but not for a woman. I reckon that's what did it. You know, it's like a dam. You've got to let it bit through, otherwise the whole dam comes down. and you can't build it up again, and then you're flooded all the time, feet soaking wet, living room swamped, furniture ruined.